Hello, streaming to you live on Rumble. I'm Gordon with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Thursday, July 23rd, 2026, and I'm back. I'm back for another day of training shoulders, rotators, and traps, and then I will talk about a subject that features a post about migraines. And this is something I just saw before coming down here, and I thought this is perfect to talk about because when the time comes, I'll talk about it. So, but before we do that, I'm going to get in the workout that I normally do. So it's been a busy day. It's smoky outside still. So the sun was not shining through, not getting the light. So, you know, for all those people that say, yeah, I get lots of sunlight, bullshit. Bullshit. I call bullshit. Lots. Because I live in a sunshine. They call it Blue Sky City. Or I lived in Blue Sky City for a long time. It ain't blue sky, I'll tell you that much. It wasn't that way today. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. So I'm going to put on the X49. I'm already wearing the X39. And we'll see what happens today heart rate wise. I will try to push the pace as I normally do. And I'm going to wear the heart rate monitor. So there you see it's reading. So let's go here. I'll set the tempo for today's workout at, I don't know, we'll see. I want to get there. So, there's the, you see, my heart rate. I'll be flipping cards again today, as I normally do, or that I did yesterday. So today we'll be focusing on the shoulders, rotators, and traps. So tempo. You know what? Let's do something totally different. Let's go 130. The reason why I say this because I heard a song playing on my playlist and it had a tempo of 130, and I thought, what the heck? Why not? So it's going to be slower. But with this, I'm going to do the 9-minute warm-up. So I'm going to skip with this tempo at 130 for 6.5 minutes, and then 2.5 minutes I'll be doing double unders and alternate step. I'll try to do it at this pace. If I'm skipping faster, I'm skipping faster. So whatever it is, it's going to be. So let's go. Feels really quite slow. Gives me an opportunity to practice. different types of tricks. Really? So trying the high knees. I feel very relaxed. All right. Really? Wow. All right. So I'm going to switch the metronome. Yeah, okay. I'm just deciding what I'm going to do for weight here. For the face pulls, I'm going to use the blue bands today. And the green. Also, I'm toying the idea of doing full range of movement for, yeah, I'm going to do it. Rotator, and then, yeah. This band I think is broken. It's got a tear in it. Yeah, now it does. See, just what I said. Man, this one is done. Body elastics. So, I think what I'm going to do for rotator is a red band. I'm going to go heavier on the rotator. And this is something that I have not done yet, but which is okay, because I know I have the strength for it. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes today. With only 7 reps, it's a slower or not as long duration, especially for the rotator. But with the face pull variation, it's going to involve the rotator a little bit, and that's where I'm going to add rotation. So rotation is part of the movement. So yes, so I'm going to be like this. Yeah, that's going to be quite a bit of weight actually, to be honest. I'm gonna reduce it here, because normally what I do is but this one here I'm gonna keep for the archers. For the archers I'll do blue bands. For the rotators it'll be red. So I'm layering up bands here. So for the face pull, I'm taking a green band and two red ones. The green one's going to be in the center. And the reason being because I'm going to hold it with my hands as opposed to attaching the yeah, okay, that's good. And then here is the for the archers. And of course I gotta find you. These bands. Okay. Just realized still have things set up from yesterday, which is delaying things today. So with the archers, I'm taking a blue band and I'm going to attach it here to the post. So you get to see how I'm going to set this up. This is a black band. Purple. So with the full range of movement for the side lateral raises, oh, I just realized, okay, I need to take the second band here, this guy, so I can set the full range of movement. Reason being because I want the deltoids to really get work today, well, at least the medial. Place this here, and I'm going to grab a handle, which I'm just going to kind of just attach through the small anywhere anchor, and then have the anchor point here like this. So you see I've got a grain band here. I'm sure you can see it now. So and the idea behind that is to just get that full range of movement. And I will take 10-pound bands. Okay, just trying to decide here what I'm going to do for the 10 pounds, that's 15. Okay. Yeah, just with the weights here. Empty handle is oh, that's 15. Okay. Empty handle. Two added weights, 10. Okay. Yes, that's what I want. So 10-pound weights. Just gonna leave that there. Turn this around here. So 10-pound weights and what can I do here? Can I muster something up? Oh yeah, maybe I can. Oh no, I can't do it that way. But maybe we'll do it this way. I can do it this way. So by speeding this up here, setting this up here like this, so I'm just taking the weights here and I'm going to grab them like this and go reverse like this. Yeah, that's perfect. That's actually a very good idea. So by taking this here, I'm just creating an anchor point. doing it this way, here, they'll be ready for each rep. So I will crisscross them like this and then hold them up like that. So I'm getting a full range of movement. All right, that's good. So side lateral raises, front press. Oh gosh. I just realized I'm gonna switch this setup here because I don't have enough bands, free ones, to do what I want. I apologize for this here, but I've got a second set of 10-pound weights, which I'm going to use, and I'm going to attach them to these guys. So for the front deltoid press, I'm going to use 20 pounds. I know it's an adequate weight, but with the, depending on where the 8-second reps will come into play, it could turn into a tough set. So I'm going to leave the 20 pounds here for that. Use the power blocks, and I've got a second weight here. Alright, so with this here, I think what I'll do is I'll just hold the bands in my hands. So like this and like that, just grab them, crisscross them, and then work them up like this. So that's all. And then for the front press, I have the weights. Rotators is set up here, so I'm going to use the red band. And then traps, I will use the orange bands. And yes, I need to use this. I'm using the small ankle straps here for the traps. So that's where I'm gonna step on the band here and just work them this way. The traps for me is a really strong muscle, so it can handle the resistance. And there we go. I should take these things off. Just have them extra. And if I buy another set of bands, then I'll have some more of the anchors. Alright. Flip the cards. I apologize for being late today. A little disorganized. Normally I do this before I go live. So flipping the cards, and I'll be using the number cards that appeared yesterday. So the 3 is the 8-second reps. 4, 6, and 7 will be 4-second reps. And last but not least, I just need an anchor point for, yeah, I guess I'll use this one for the traps or for the rotators. Oh yeah, I can handle that right. Good. That's the red band. So let's begin. First card. I close this down here. So let's begin here. First card, Red King, 7. So we're doing archers. And of course, I have yet to set up archers for it. Oh, here we go. There's the band. That's one thing. Thankfully I have. So Red King is archers. I need to do this here. Alright. 7 reps. Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 rep. That's 2. 3. That's 4. There's 5. 6. And here's 7. All right. Sorry for the noise. Next card, Red King again. This time we're doing 8-second reps. And times 3. So that's the number 3 card I flipped. There we go. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is rep number 2. This is number 3. Wow. Those 8-second reps are very, very, very good. Next, Red Queen 3. So front press, we're doing 20 pounds and 3 reps, 8 seconds each. This is number 3. All right. Next card is Black King 3. So we're doing face pulls. And wow. That was a hard set. Red Jack 7. So we're doing traps, 7 reps times 4 seconds. There we go. And That's 2. Here's 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. All right. Next card is Black Ace 4. So we have face pulls, side lateral raises, and rotators. Here we go. That's 3. That's 4. Or this is 4 now. All right, next up, side lateral raises. So, just gonna do this, and here we go. Two. Wow. Whew. Next is rotators. All right, first time. Here we go. I said 4 reps, and this is 2. 3. 4. Now we're going to switch to the other side. Whoops. Here we go. This is 3. This thing is falling off. Here we go. One more I'll do. I'm going to switch this to a regular handle, and because that band is not very strong, the Velcro is weak. So, all right. Next is flipping card. So, red ace this time, 6 reps. So we have archers, front press, and traps, 6 reps each. And 4 seconds for each rep. Taking a little bit longer. Here we go. This is 2. 3. 4. and 6. Oh! Wow. All right, so archers next is front press, 6 reps times 4. Here we go. Four seconds. There's 1. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Here's 5. And here's 6. Oh, all right. Front press next is traps. 6 reps times 4-second reps. Here we go. That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. Here's 5. And here's 6. All right. That's traps. So that ace is done. Next is red queen, 6. So we have front press, 6 reps, 4 seconds each rep. That's 1. It's 2. 3. 4. That's 5. 6. Oh. All right. Next card. Black ace, 6 reps. So we have face pulls, side lateral raises, and rotators. You know what? I'm going to take this guy off here. So 6 reps. It's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. All right, next is side lateral raises. So, and 6 reps. Here we go. This is 2. 4. Wow. Oh. 5. Oh. Wow, that is killer. Oh. Oh. Next is rotators. All right. That's 2. That's 3. 4. 5. And 6. Muscling it up. Wow. Okay. Here we go. That's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And here's 6. Next card, Blackjack 7. So we have rotators again. This time I'm going to reduce the weight because I'm going to go to the green band now that I took it off the face pull. So I'm just going to switch it here to the rotator. Largely because the red band is a lot of weight. So I know I can do it, but here we go. So 7 reps. That's 2. 3. 4 done. 5. 6. And here's 7. I could really feel that 7th rep. All right, here we go. Here's 2. Here's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. my left is stronger than my right. Definitely. And after all the years of playing my accordion, that's why. Next is Black Queen 4. So we have side lateral raises. Yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go. 4. Here's 2. Three. And there's 4. All right. Next card is Red Jack 3. So we have traps, 8-second reps times 3. Here we go. 2. That's 1. That's 2. All right, 3 reps. The next card is Black King 7. So we're doing face pulls. That's 2. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. That's 7. Wow. Next card, Black Queen 6. So side lateral raises, 4-second reps. I'm doing 6 of them. Oh, this is going to be killer. Here we go. 4, 2. That's 3. That's 4. 5. Wow. Oh. That last rep was really tough. Wow. Next up is Red Ace 4. So we're doing archers, front press, and traps. The rear delts have gotten a little bit of a rest, so should be able to do this relatively straightforward. wow. That's 2. 3. Wow. Okay, front press is next. 4 reps. Here we go. That's 1. It's 2. 3. 4. All right. Next is traps. As part of the ACE. 4 reps, 4 seconds each. That's 3. That's 4. All right. Last face card is Blackjack 4. So we have rotators, 4 reps, and 4 seconds each rep. Here we go. There's 1. That's 2. You can take a pool noodle, paper towel, put it, hold your elbow in place. All right, that's 4 reps. Switch to the other side, and we're done. There we go. Here's 2. 3. 'And last but not least, the final rep. All right, that's it for today's workout. So, just going to switch the viewpoint here. So, today's date stamp is July 23rd, 2026, starting time at 5:46 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Maximum heart rate I hit today was a modest 164. I'm just looking here at the heart rate. So I was sawtoothing up, and then a big sawtooth here, and then coming down. So this is where I hit that peak. So I remember seeing the color, and I thought, oh, I'm feeling good. And skipping at a slower tempo. I was trying different things. So and with that, more high knees and so forth. So and basically, trying to execute that high knee with type 2 type power. So meaning explosive. And with a slower tempo like that, it allows you to do similar things like that. So it was a different type of skipping workout today because of the slower pace. And I think I'll try to do that more often in the future, just to switch it up and to um, work the body in a different way. So, and it was reflective in the heart rate, a strong recovery here. And then for the balance, I'm just looking here. Okay. Huh. It's interesting how there's almost like a steady increase here. So, and then there was a drop off. So I'm wondering when that happened because with the cards, I do know that the side lateral raises was a difficult exercise today just because of the added bands. So executing the full range of movement, and with that, it really um, puts a lot of stress on the medial deltoid, which if you want to train it and train it to failure to make it respond, well, then you got to do kind of things like this. So, and with that, the temp today, I think it was a solid effort, and I could feel those 6 and 7 reps, especially near the end. The front deltoids, I can feel um, I didn't struggle as much, especially when you're getting into failure with the rear deltoid. I find that if I start to compensate, meaning where I'm going to arch my back a little bit, where I lose that footing. I'm pushing so hard, and my body is, or the deltoid is feeling the discomfort, and my body's trying to compensate, so it'll move a little bit, and it happens just with a blink of an eye, and it's one of the things that I myself really try to overcome and not let that happen. So, and by doing so, not sacrificing the form, especially when you're hitting failure. And that can be the toughest challenge. So if you find that 20 pounds is a lot of weight, it can be if the front deltoid is not developed. And when you're adding the time under tension, the seconds, those reps, they add up, and you can feel them. So if you're looking to get to failure faster, well, then you got to slow down the reps, slow them down, change it up. And doing the cards like this, basically it's not monotonous. So the cards dictate what's next and how many reps. I can switch it up even more, and try different things. And I've got ideas in my mind how I can do that. So we'll see how the future, or what the future holds with upcoming workouts. I've got all kinds of tricks that I like to exploit and do, and let the cards kind of dictate that, and they really make it interesting. So every workout is very different with the cards, and it's the toughest part is staying organized when you're doing it. So I've got a whiteboard that I write everything that you kind of see on the screen, and perhaps I'll do even a little bit more information, so then you can help. It helps you keep track if you're participating. So, which leads me to my last subject, which I mentioned I would talk about, which is the migraines. So that is what I wanted to talk about. That was the subject. So here, let's just see here. Okay, yeah, Elon's tweeting, featuring a post about migraines. So I have some info here that I shared, or that I picked up on, and this comes from LinkedIn, and I like to feature some things from LinkedIn largely because they're real people and they talk about subjects that are important to them. And this one here comes from one that I found. It stumbled in my feed. It's Angela T. I don't know what her last name is. But she says, she writes, migraine, it shuts down my entire system and steals days from my life. For years, I didn't even think it was a migraine. There are so many types of headaches, and these days every headache seems to get labeled as one. So I convinced myself it couldn't be that. That mindset, that mindset kept me suffering for years. Eventually, I noticed a pattern. The migraines show up when I convince myself I'm behind. I'm not posting enough, I'm not recording enough, I'm not writing enough, I'm not following up quickly enough, I'm not reading enough, I'm not exercising enough, I'm not walking daily, I'm not stretching daily, I'm not showing up enough at work, I'm not showing up enough in my personal life. When I start believing I have the 110% in every area of my life, my brain does something I won't do myself. It pulls the emergency brake. The pain builds until I can't look at a screen, I can't think, I can't work. My body forces me to step away. Did I really reach a point where I have to wait for my own body to force me to rest because I can't give myself permission to? Yes, she writes. Logically, I've always known that rest is productive, that if I don't slow down, my body eventually will. Well, that's true, and there's reasons for that. But recently I started taking migraine medication for the first time. Not another painkiller, a medication that actually treats migraines. Really? So she continues to write, it works, but I'm realizing it's only treating the symptom, not fixing it. The real medicine is learning to pause before my body makes the decision for me. Just because I can keep pushing doesn't mean I should. Now, this really is interesting because a lot of people don't know what really causes migraines. And they come up with ideas in their mind and write stuff like this. Now, energy is part of the flow in the body. So where the blood flows, so does the energy. However, there are external energy things that affect people and create migraines. And I say this because I live in the capital, I live in the migraine capital of Canada, which is Calgary, which is known for Chinooks. And with the Chinooks comes lots of migraines. And over the years, many people talk about, oh, the migraine, it hurts. How do I get over this? Well, I myself have even suffered from migraines over the years. Not often, but I have. And it has been now a long time since I've suffered from one. And a lot of that has to do with what you put in here. First, as a root cause. And then when the migraine occurs here in Calgary, or when the Chinook comes, people feel the migraine. They don't connect the dots. And the reason being is because when a Chinook comes, that means that the barometric pressure is changing. And when it changes drastically over a span of 24 hours, let's say, which it happens here, that pressure change is hard for the body to cope with. And this is what predominantly causes the symptom of migraines, because your body can't deal with that change. But there's a thing that can help with coping with that change. And it has everything to do with water. So when this lady, nice lady, she writes, Angela, her name, she says, she's taking migraine medication. You don't need to take migraine medication. In fact, you might just be low on a little bit on mineralized salt with magnesium, which helps with blood flow in the body and absorption of water. And I will tell you, it works. It's simple chemistry. There's no painkiller or anything necessary for it because you're fixing the root cause. So if Angela's watching, take some notes. Pay attention to the barometric pressure where you are and see if there's a connection. If your body can't cope with that pressure change, that's likely a cause. And you have to fix that by fixing what's in here. Now, can you enhance that effect? You can. You want to make sure that you're detoxing the body, because if you have an accumulation of toxins, that's going to play an influence as far as how your blood can adjust, especially to the barometric pressure. Now, there's one thing I can suggest for that, in addition to drinking what I call the cleanest and most absorbable water, and that is this guy right here. This here is the YH Renew, and it activates the master antioxidant in the body. So it's no painkiller, but it's using the three amigos that are here, not this one, this. So you need glutamic acid or glutamate, cysteine, and glycine. Those are amino acids. So one of the sources for glutamic acid is oatmeal. But you want to get oatmeal that has no glyphosate. Just throwing it out there. So when you have that, because glyphosate is known as a gut disruptor, can it affect your glutamine production, that tripeptide in the body? It can. Can you combat that by drinking the cleanest and most absorbable water, which I tell you is DDW, deuterium depleted water? Yeah. Can it help with giving your body the fuel and the ammunition it needs to be able to cope with these barometric pressure changes that happen all around the world, but specifically in Canada, in Calgary, the Chinook capital of the world? I'm just throwing it out there, because I'll tell you, there's something to it. I know for a fact, because I rarely get headaches, rarely now, and a lot of it has to do with just the combination of the things every single day. You know, if you want to maintain good health, you can't let off the gas pedal. You got to be consistent. And when you do that on a regular basis, day in and day out, that's when you can start to unlock your bioenergy. Good health is not good health is not complicated. It never has been, and it never will be. It's only what's complicated in here. Don't give your power away to somebody in a white coat. Just I don't. And I think I'm doing some good things. I'm powering my DNA with the best, which this is one of those pieces, the X39, that with the three amigos, glycine, histine, and lysine, and then when you have copper, it turns into the tripeptide known as GHKCU. And guess what? It enhances and strengthens your innate healing ability. There's a reason why my nails grow fast, for cellular strength. How fast do your nails grow? Do they grow faster than mine? If you say, oh yeah, my nails grow fast. How much do they grow? Go have a look at last week's episode, Cellular Growth. You can find it on the channel. And have a look. I put the receipts there. I've been tracking for a while now. And the next time I'm gonna show you how long it took for my nail to grow. Already it seems like it's well over a millimeter. And it's been not even a week. I'm just saying. How is that? Why is it happening? I'm 49 years old. My nails grow like weeds. So does it mean my muscle grows too? Cellular strength? I'm not taking any creatine monohydrate. No, you don't need it. Creatine monohydrate is a pressure cooked liquid. Sodium sarcosinate and cyanamide. They say it's so close to salt, it's unbelievable. Well, yeah. Is it the industry's dirty little secret? Plain chemistry? And then people talk about kombucha, for example. Say, oh yeah, I got kombucha, and it makes my digestion better. Well, no shit. It makes your digestion better because kombucha is made with yeast but also with apple cider. Cider is high in, it's acidic. pH, possible hydrogen. Low acidity means more hydrogen. Your body's going to take whatever source of hydrogen you put into your stomach, and it's going to utilize it. Really? It's chemistry. That's why I choose to drink only the cleanest and most absorbable water. The hydrogen is deuterium free, radioactive free. Guess what? Does it power everything in my body? Gee, I wonder. Because my body's going to take whatever source of hydrogen I give, and I give the cleanest and most absorbable version of it. Am I going to reap the benefits from it? Just saying. So, unlock your bioenergy every single day. Experience the benefits. As you see here, when you pull the trigger on that guy right there, you'll see my first and last name, Gordon Tomazic, Tomazic. And that is my first and last name, my real name. I do not hide behind any alias. And I'm here showing you how to get it done. Activate, reset, and regenerate those 78 known DNA genes with the exercise that I show you here 6 days a week. But then I'm also greedy. I like to activate, reset, and regenerate the several thousand more DNA genes in the body. And when you do that over time, you feel better, and you feel better, and you feel more better. It's a good thing. So, with that, tune in tomorrow for Feel It Friday. I'll be doing the Feel It Friday workout. So that's the conditioning one. Can you keep up with me? Or can you keep up with the cards? Whichever one. So tomorrow is going to be a doozy. Tune in. We'll see you then. Have a good night.